Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato.
And I'm pretty sure there's going to be blood in this film. Just pretty sure about that.
There's blood in most of the films we watch.
Yeah.
And welcome back
this one for
to
sure.
Mindbreakers.
Yes, the show that shows you the terrible films, and I presume are usually violent in some way, shape, or form.
We've got a really interesting one for you today, actually.
Yes.
From Wes Craven, who you probably should know from Nightmare on Elm Street, which we did a few weeks ago.
Yeah, how could you not know this? This man has made a bunch of the crazy films, and this one is no different. He made this one in 1988.
Mm-hmm. It has a 6.5 on IMDb.
Really? Only?
It is what Noah Spoonie Antwiller has called his favorite zombie film ever.
Because it's up there.
The Serpent and the Rainbow.
I call this film a combination between Princess and the Frog and Altered States.
An anthropologist goes to Haiti after hearing rumors about a drug used by black magic practitioners to turn people into zombies. Yes, it is the second film we're watching that deals with voodoo.
Who do you voodoo?
Do what?
You remind me of the Babe.
The Babe with the power. But yeah, Serpent and the Rainbow, I've heard a lot of good things about this movie.
Yeah.
It has Bill Pullman.
Yeah, he's our main.
And it has Alfred.
Yes, he's in there
Michael Gough. Michael Gough from who played Alfred in all 4 Batman films.
Yeah, the originals, the fucking what was it? The Burton ones.
The Michael Keaton ones. He was also in the George Schumacher ones.
Oh yeah, he is.
The only actor who changed, aside from Two-Face,
yeah,
because he suddenly turned white, was Batman.
Yeah, but he is Alfred, he embodies.
Well, for me, everything. Alfred will always be Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. from the cartoon, but that's because the cartoon is just my go-to Batman.
Yeah, he's a great voice for him, but at the same time, this.
But
this
also,
man is...
comparing things to the animated Batman isn't fair.
Yeah, exactly. It's sure, you can have a bunch of people with really good voices and everything. Take Mark Hamill. It's like Mark Hamill's the best Joker voice ever. But at the same time, you put him in the makeup and it doesn't work always.
The only thing in the animated series which isn't the best of all versions of Batman is probably Bane.
Yeah, most of the time, that works out pretty well.
It's because Bane did one thing, and that's beat Batman.
And he did
that's
it very
the only
well.
interest. Yeah, but he doesn't get to do it in the cartoon.
That's true, because Batman needs to win in the cartoon.
But yeah, Serpent and the last Voodoo film we watched was Demons 3, aka Black Demons.
Did I watch that one?
No, you don't want to watch that one.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get to watch that one because I probably would have ended up forgetting I watched it anyway.
It was one of the 3 Demons 3.
Okay. Was it
in DC?
Was it the worst of the Demons 3s?
It was the worst of the Demons 3.
Okay. Noted.
So let's hope this voodoo expedition is better. Let's watch The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Yeah, let's pray to the Aoas or whatever the hell they're called.
Loas.
The Loas, yeah, there you go.
With the help of the Hoongans.
The Hoongans.
From Wes Craven, director of A Nightmare on Elm Street, comes a story of the forbidden world between life and death.
There's a door to the mystical, and you just walk through it.
Somebody brought him back from the grave, and I want to know how they did it.
Death is not the end.
I'll take your soul.
You think you could take these people's secrets and just walk away?
In the shadows of the imagination lies the ultimate nightmare.
Don't let them bury me. I'm not dead.
The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Well, that was surprisingly really freaking good.
It's an amazing film. It still fucking holds up to this date, man. I love this movie. I've always loved this film.
This was so
I suggested
good.
this to you.
This was so good,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it should be on our show.
You were about to tell me, no, that shouldn't be here. Because, like, it's supposed to actually be a good movie. You didn't believe me, though, for a bit.
But then I found it a copy of it on Value Village for like $1, so I figured, why not?
Yeah.
And here we are.
Wish I could have actually sat down to watch this with you to, like, see your reactions at some of this stuff.
Yeah, but, you know, COVID.
Yeah, sadly. But we'll get a chance maybe one day and we'll sit down and we'll have a bunch of people over. I don't think Nelson's watched this yet, so if anything, we'll sit down with him and, I don't know, maybe we'll have, like, the 3-man review when I do my movie reviews of this thing. But yeah, we can start talking about this thing. Let's go.
We start out in a We start out, I think, in a jungle or at a funeral. The first scene. We started in Haiti or the Amazon.
Well, we open up first with the big text read, which is talking about the legends of Voodoo as the Earth spirit is the serpent. It's represented by the serpent.
And the heavens are the rainbow.
Yeah, exactly.
Hence the description of the title right off the bat.
Yeah. And it describes that like the only people that can basically cross between the two thresholds is man, for he has a soul.
Yes.
And it's like when what is it? It's like when he loses it, like he becomes trapped in a terrible place where death is only the beginning. And then we get the opening scene, I think, which is it's like the man taking the coffin and burning it in the streets while he's dressed as Baron Samedi, the tall. Yeah,
it's a big voodoo funeral.
It's not even a funeral. He burns the coffin in the street, and then we get the funeral of Christoph afterwards. But it's like he's burning some random coffin in the street.
This is
waving a gun in the air.
The backdrop of this story is the last days of the Duvalier regime in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say under the Duvaliers, things were not good.
Yes, they were very, very bad. Everyone was very much oppressed in Haiti. It was terrible times.
Also, I'm going to say right off the bat, for a movie about Haiti made by white people, it's surprisingly not racist. It's surprisingly unracist.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty like well researched and everything. They actually did their homework on this thing.
Yeah, this wasn't this was not Black Demons.
Yeah, like honestly, like the point that like I'm making, like comparing it to Altered States, like it's more like based in fact than like I would say even some of that movie is.
Like I wouldn't call this a zombie film because I have certain, how do you call them, parameters for a zombie movie.
Mm-hmm. Like
and
that
like zombies
standard.
Like there has to be like there are even some like not zombie films which have elements of zombies but they're not undead, like Demons, like Omega Man. Those are technically not zombie films, but they fit.
Right.
This doesn't even qualify as a not zombie film. This is just a straight up thriller to me.
Yeah, more so than an actual horror movie. Like this actually has just like a dramatic and political.
It's a political thriller.
Yeah, more than anything else. Yeah. It actually just like it more bases itself around like the actual like times of crisis in Haiti, and like the science fact as well as fiction of this remarkable, powder drug that we will.
Oh, it's inspired by a book by Wade Davis as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a lot of references and stuff, but like it still turns itself into a zombie film in some way because like the way that people kind of behave afterwards, and like also the ending with the ending climax with like the main bad is like basically just like, yeah, here's like a bunch of crazy zombie things and also like sci-fi nonsense where he's like pretty much just like doing mind control shit to people.
Anyway, we had the funeral of Christoph, and then we're with Bill Pullman in the jungle.
Yeah, he's in, I think, what was it, the Amazon?
The Amazon. A medicine man gives him a thing as like, thank you. As like, nah, man, drink it. It's like, no, that's okay.
This scene is very Altered States.
Yeah, I had a really big Altered States feel through a lot of this one.
Yeah, like, but that first scene, like right there, is like just all of Altered States. It's like him going to the jungle in that in the like first scene basically where he sees the Komodo dragon or whatever.
Yeah. And so he takes the potion and he has a spirit journey. He gets buried alive.
Yeah. And
then there's a jaguar and he's scared, but then the jaguar's adorable and just a big kitty.
Yeah, it like cuddles up with him and everything. And then the big priest, basically the big Spanish shaman guy, pretty much just goes like, yeah, I'm gonna hide inside my cloak. And then he's like, why are you hiding your cloak? And he opens it up and he's a strange black man with like a big sneering smile and a anime t-shirt. And
this person is Daljean Petrode.
Yeah. His name is basically the money.
He's Zach Smokey. He is. This is foreshadowing. Well, not so much foreshadowing as a vision of the film's villain. The leader of the local Tonton Makut, D'Argent.
Yeah, isn't he like a police captain or something too?
Yeah, the Tonton Makut was the Haitian SS.
Yeah, but like it's basically just like military police.
Yeah, secret police.
Yeah.
Evil oppression police. Yeah,
and he basically gets like
more oppression than normal police.
Yeah, and he's also based in the Voodoo also, and he refers to himself, I think, as the Black Priest.
Yeah, I think so.
Like they offhandedly call him like the Black Priest or the Black Warlock or some shit like that. But yeah, we get to see him over there before our main character named Dr. Dennis Allen gets dragged into the floor.
Yeah, Dennis Allen or Miss Dr. Allen.
Yes, Dr. Allen. Who killed Captain Alexine?
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
Do you know the way?
Alan does know the way, because he manages to get all the way from the Amazon back to Boston pretty quickly.
Even though his the pilot of his plane has been murdered?
Yes. And no one's giving him a lift.
No, he walks. He walked it.
Yeah, he hooked it all the way back to Boston. That's some fucking Call of Cthulhu shit right there.
This has a happier ending than H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, most any H.P. Lovecraft story wishes it had an ending as quaint as this.
Isn't the standard H.P. Lovecraft ending, and then he killed himself in an asylum?
Yes, 90% of the time. We know this as fact. This is
I would shudder to think of this story told by H.P. Lovecraft, given H.P. Lovecraft's views.
That would be
super uncomfortable,
horrifying. That would be nightmarishly like taken out of context and like in the weirdest and like most vile of turns. I think
it would be like watching Birth of a Nation.
The entire nation would be the bad guy.
No, like you know Birth of a Nation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be that level of uncomfortable.
It'd be like watching Mickey Rooney do like that fucking that Asian...
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah, there you go. It'd basically be that, but everybody as a zombie.
Or watching Charlton Heston play Attila the Hun. Or Laurence Olivier play Othello.
Yeah. that level of fucking heavy-handed like unfairness towards races.
So he's back in New York.
Boston.
Boston, sorry.
Yeah.
Because Boston's
It's
big for
Lovecraft.
horror stuff.
It's very Lovecraft. But yeah, he goes to a big pharmaceutical company called Biocorp.
I don't trust Biocorp immediately, given the fact that they're called Biocorp.
I immediately do not either.
And he talks to his friend Professor Schoenbacher, Michael Gow.
Yeah, I love that name, Schoenbacher. So cool.
You see, Miss. The Tonton Makuta are giving you trouble. I'll send Batman over immediately.
Yes, he will be kitted out with his bat pod, as well as several.
Can't I persuade you to take a
cans of Diet
sandwich, sir?
And sandwiches, as well as the bat credit card. It has been charged recently.
I'll get drive-through.
Where would he get drive-through from?
I don't know. I'm just quoting Batman.
Yeah,
so
like, come on.
They talk and they're like, "Hey, there's this thing they got down there. They used it to make zombies, and we think we can use it for like anesthetic purposes."
They're using Christoph as an example, basically, because he was spawned alive recently.
I do not trust the company who wants the zombie drug that they claim is for anesthetics. I think they actually want to make zombie slaves.
Well, yeah, because fucking we live in a world where Umbrella exists now.
Yep.
Like,
yes, we do.
Actual Umbrella shit going on.
So he's like, all right, I'll do it. So they fly him down to Haiti.
We've been taught.
They tell him, you're going to meet up with a Dr. Duchamp, and she's going, they're going, and Dr. Duchamp is going to help you.
Yeah, and he's like, I wasn't expecting her to be as pretty as she is, but goddamn is she pretty.
He wasn't expecting her to be a woman.
That too.
It's like Last Crusade when Indiana is surprised about Dr. Schneider. He assumed Dr. Schneider was a dude.
Yeah.
Or how Neo was surprised with the whole Trinity thing, but that's not even a good movie, so let's not talk about it.
I had a thought the other day of I had a thought about fucking Keanu Reeves. It's like,
yes, John Constantine.
He was in like Constantine. He was in like a bunch of other stuff too. He shat on Spike Spiegel, right? Like he hated everything to do with Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And yet he's
even though he is now. Bebop.
Yeah, exactly. But like I think he hated doing that show because like he just didn't like doing. I don't think he likes doing voiceovers all that much. I think he likes just.
Was he in Cowboy Bebop?
I think he did a version of the dub or something like that.
Because he looks almost exactly like Spike Spiegel.
Yeah, that's I think one of the reasons why like people kind of didn't like it, but at the same time I think like he really didn't like it the most. But like he was shitting on Bebop constantly, right? And now he's in a video game where the ending stinger is essentially a setup to a Bebop story.
I thought the ending stinger was you have too many items in your save file, your save is corrupted now.
That should have been the actual stinger of the entire game, and I won't argue that.
I thought the stinger was that the game barely functions.
This is true. As well as the fact that the actual DLC apparently is going to be taking place essentially in Cowboy Bebop. Like,
oh, I'd watch that.
Yeah, I know.
They're talking about it's a crossover, like it's a fan thing, but Lupin the Third and Cowboy Bebop crossover.
I will not be surprised, honestly, if they have like so many Lupin references in the DLC or like even in the base game. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Speaking of Lupin, actually, I have a copy of a Spider-Man manga now, and like the art style is very Lupin. Pretty cool.
I think if it's a Spider-Man manga, we can safely call it a Spider manga.
It is a Spider manga, but it's like officially licensed by Marvel.
Anyway,
it's really
Serpent in the Rainbow.
Hokodeki Usuku Spider-Man.
Yes, but Serpent in the Rainbow.
We get Spider-Man in this movie too, though.
Yes, we do.
We'll get to that later. Anyways, he gets sent over there to go look for the powder.
Yep. So he's told about. Well, he What happens next? I forget.
He gets over there, and he's walking around, and, like, everybody's giving him weird looks. And he's like, holy shit, the oppression is, like, basically palpable over here. I can feel evil, like, wash over me from the Amazon. Like, my vision prepared me for this, pretty much. And then he ends up going to see the Dr. Duchamp at the psych ward.
And immediately falls in love.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty quick, honestly. But, like, then again, they still kind of have a little bit of animosity towards each other until a little bit later.
Yeah, they're cute. They're a cute couple.
It's a really good relationship, honestly. The whole reason why the drama kind of works in this movie is because their relationship is, like, treated so well. Like, they actually do, like, a very good job with pacing and everything in this movie.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Dialogue too, honestly. Dialogue's really good in this film. But yeah, he gets taken inside by her. She basically, like, shows him around several of the cases, basically, that she's treating. One of which is a woman who basically screeches at our main character, and he is like, you know, he's, like, all freaked out by it and everything.
A lot of the cases of essentially zombieism.
Mm-hmm.
People have been zombified
several times over, some of them. It's like the main one pretty much is like this Christoph, which we see, like, I think in, like, 2 scenes from now. But, like, we end up leaving the psych ward pretty much, and we go to what is essentially a giant rave.
Yep. Party. Big old voodoo party.
Yeah. Big old voodoo party led by what's his name again? I forget his name.
They meet
Celine,
a guy
Lucien Celine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the light priest. And he's also a huge political figure that's, like, actively against
I think that's Louis Mozart.
No,
Louis Mozart. Because I know one of the actors is I don't think it's Lucien, because I think Lucien, I think, is the big guy.
Yeah, he's the big political guy who's doing the whole ritual thing, and he holds the
I think, but he's the bad guy.
No,
he's
he's cool.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. He's the right. I just looked at the picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's
the cool guy.
One of them whose name I can't remember, who is the big, essentially strong right hand of Daljean.
I think his name is Simone.
No, Simone's a woman. Gaston. He's Gaston.
Okay, he's fucking.
I think
no one lift like Gaston. No one great as Gaston.
Yeah.
No one buries his head in the puss.
Because Simone is played by Teresa Merritt, so she's probably a woman.
Yeah. Probably.
But yeah, they're doing this. They're doing this thing, doing this rave.
Yeah, and he tells Deschamps, like, hey, maybe you should dance later. She's like, I will not dance. You cannot make me.
And, like, she gets ridden by the voodoo spirit god of love, whose name I can't remember.
Yeah, he basically, like, takes hold for a little bit and, like, dances around with the potion and everything before things kind of turn bad because big bad fucking Darjean guy comes in and basically poisons somebody to the point of them going wacko and swinging a machete around.
Swinging a machete, swinging a machete.
Chosen one.
Chosen one?
Yeah, this is fucking swinging a machete on the bridge, and the chosen one's coming.
Yeah. Prepare to meet Kali.
In hell.
So, they kind of just, like, it becomes kind of slice of life day in Haiti for a bit.
Now I'm imagining this entire movie as a dating sim, and I'm crying. Oh, fuck, that would work so well.
So, yeah, they're just going about their day-to-day stuff. They go on a, the doctor and Bill Pullman are getting closer. They go on this like quite nice voodoo celebration to a river.
Yeah, he gets like several visions at certain points, but we're gonna kind of skip over some of them because like they
watch
are kind of long.
Just watch the film.
Yeah,
you should definitely need to watch the film. It's really good.
For sure. So like, yeah, we're gonna jump over some of these, but like, yeah, like they get kind of long in the tooth. That's kind of the point I want to make. But yeah, they go to, I think it's like a big cenote or something. It's like a big sinkhole with like a bunch of water. It's like an underground oasis, but it's also like treated as a chapel.
It's a nice, really nice place.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's fucking gorgeous. I would love to just go down there and like explore this place because like, God, is it ever pretty.
Dennis and Alan and Duchamp, they make love.
Yeah, and it's actually one of the more tasteful like sex scenes I've seen in a film. It's honestly like,
it's
really
like Terminator level.
Yeah, like Terminator's up there. Like Terminator, I would rank as like maybe third best, like third most tasteful. Like this one's maybe 2 or 4 possibly.
Do. Yeah,
it's actually really adorable though. Like they kind of like they go in a little cave and like she's got like a white dress on and everything. It's also like super creepy and like kind of foreboding.
Yeah,
especially after.
But that's mainly because we know that it's
a white snake attacking him and shit.
Yeah. Oh no! It's an '80s hair metal band.
The magical white snake, magical white snake,
white snake,
white snake, white snake.
Here I go again. That's not White Snake. That's some Aerosmith. I don't know any White Snake music.
They've got some good music. They've got very good music.
Or it could be that big snake in Scotland.
Yeah, the
Ampton worm
from the White Worm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's actually like super foreboding that like she's wearing a white dress and everything. That he sees a white snake attacking her, attacking him. Especially after seeing like the zombie in like the wedding dress and everything. Like it ties in a lot to itself.
He has a vision of a boat, and the boat comes in, and there's a bride on it, and the bride's a zombie, and a snake comes out of her mouth.
Yeah, like Kristoff is with her also. It's like it's very well intertwined. It's cool.
He meets Kristoff, and Kristoff is creepy as hell.
A lot of winding visuals in this film.
Kristoff is convinced he is dead.
Yeah,
which is why he hangs out in the graveyard. Yeah, hangs out in the graveyard.
Yeah, he remembers it all. Yeah, we see him in the graveyard. That was, I think, a bit before that, but whatever. Jumping ahead.
We're not gonna like narrate the entire plot of the movie because you should totally watch it.
Yeah, like nor do we have to.
It is super long though, so maybe bear that in mind.
Like I said, man, visions are long in the tooth. But yeah, we get also like a cockfighting scene, which I think we skimmed over also. But we get to meet Mozart, who is
Mozart is probably my favorite character in this. He knows, he gets it.
He's awesome, honestly. Like he's just like he's kind of like a scam artist and like
big time.
But he has like real shit to that like he's actually making. Like I think he's the one that developed the whole powder thing.
It's like, hey Mozart, they told me you're the one I go to if I want zombie powder. It's like, why you want the zombie powder? Oh, there's a guy I don't like. I want to get him. It's like,
yeah,
100 American dollars.
Powerful enemies.
He does a trick with a goat. It's like, I'm gonna give it to this goat. You come back tomorrow, you see he's a zombie, and so Bill Pullman like puts a little scratch on the goat's hoof.
Yeah.
Comes back as a different one because he just gave him a jar of rat poison.
Yeah, exactly, and he's like trying to just like get him out of the way, basically. He doesn't take him seriously, but he's like, nope, I know this shit's bullshit, so like I'm just gonna drink it in front of you.
It's a stupid American tourist. Just give him whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think this is like really fake shit, you know, and like he switches it out with like a placebo, pretty much. And he just chugs it in front of him.
Not a placebo, rat poison.
No, he has the rat poison, but he has like a fake little vial that's basically just like sugar, and he dumps it in his drink and then like chugs it in front of him to make him think that he actually drank the rat poison and that he's fine.
Yep. So they finally settle on the price of $5,000.
No, it was 1,000. First it was 500, then it was 1,000.
Then it gets up to
and he's like, I'll give you the real thing.
Yeah, but we have to do this special.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna need your help for this. And like he basically tells him like, we gotta go to the graveyard, grab the corpse of some girl, get the brains, mix it in with a bunch of other chemicals, blah, 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 blah.
So they make the thing.
Yeah, they make the actual zombie powder.
And then Bill Pullman gets captured by the Tonton Macoute.
Yes. they come right in, fucking Gaston and his boys. Honestly, Gaston's like really cool. Like he's like kind of the unsung hero of this film.
He's chilling with Dr. Duchamp at a beach house. Mm-hmm. He has a nightmare. He wakes up with the corpse of a woman.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, so you murdered a girl.
Yeah, like decapitated and everything in bed later.
Hey, you murdered a girl, and if you don't want like a lot of trouble coming on you for that, maybe you should leave.
Yeah, and there's like photographers all over the place just like hounding him, getting as much evidence as possible. In case
why did you come here? I just came here to like be a tourist. No. Why did you come here? I just came here to look around. No. Why did you come to Haiti then, though? No, it's like, no, you're trying to take us over. We will not be another Grenada.
Yeah, it's like not with people like me around here. It's like we will not go silently.
He he puts a nail through part of Bill Pullman's anatomy.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
The most important part to some men,
Well, not the most important part. It's the scrotum.
To some men.
Yeah.
To some. That's a pretty important part to me, okay? I wouldn't want to lose any part of that.
Well, the scrotum is the sack of skin around it. It's better than it going through...
anything in that. Especially not a rusty spike.
That's
tetanus, bro.
Then they chuck him in his underpants out of the back of a truck.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone's like, no, dude, you should really leave.
It was oddly polite of them to toss him back there.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, they get some kudos for at least...
Well, for them, this was a warning. Like, no, we don't want to kill you, but if we have to, we're gonna.
Yeah.
But you should really just kind of leave.
For sure.
Like, please leave.
But then, like, he makes the actual powder with him at this point, and then it's like, oh, okay, you didn't listen, and then, like, gets him arrested after the decapitated woman, blah, blah, blah.
Well, and Mozart and Duchamp and Dr. Duchamp are also like, no, leave. Alan, trust us, leave.
Yeah. Also, at this point, I think Mozart gives him the actual powder when he goes back to Boston.
Well, the Tonton Macoute essentially escort him physically onto an airplane and throw him in a chair
at gunpoint. Like, how often do you see a man put on a fucking plane, a commercial airliner, at gunpoint?
I thought they only removed men from planes at gunpoint.
Yeah, seriously.
What was it? Was it Western Airlines?
I think so, yeah.
United Airlines.
Something like that.
Mozart gets on, it's like, hey, so why do you want this zombie? Here's the zombie powder.
Yeah, here it is.
Why do you want it? We're going to try to use it for good. And the name... Well, you're gonna try to use the zombie powder as medicine to help people. Yes.
He's like, yeah.
And you're gonna tell them I made it. Yes. The name of Mozart will be all around the... It's like, okay, technically the name of Mozart is all around the globe.
But like, he wants to be known. He wants to be known for his work on this thing. He's like, I am the genius that created zombie drug. I am such a legit badass. Look at me, I'm gonna be a celebrity. They know me all around the world.
Louis Mozart.
Even in America, they come for my work. He goes before, but like, yeah, he just wants to be known, man.
And I appreciate it. He is my favorite character in this film.
Yeah. At the same time, though, it kind of doesn't make sense because like he's kind of an outlaw and a swindler.
Yeah.
So like the fact that
he's being legit with Dennis Allen.
Yeah, he's being straight up with him. So like, yeah.
So Dennis Allen goes back. Cool. He gives the PharmaCorp people the drug.
Yeah.
They're working on it. They're testing it. He goes to a dinner party.
He realizes something very important actually at that point though.
And the Mr. Andrew Cassidy is the head of the corporation.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Cassidy gets possessed and tries to murder Dennis Allen.
That's not the important thing. The important thing is not, sadly, that the pharmaceutical company turns out to be the real evil. but instead is the fact that the powder runs out after 12 hours, I think.
Yeah.
That's like the big important thing that they found out due to the research.
Which is good.
Yeah. It's a very it's kind of an important thing, but at the same time it's like the movie could have gone on without us knowing it, but like it's good to know. It's like that, like, because Alan realizes all these things about it because he did the research pretty much, like it comes into play later. Like it's more important than it needs to be, but it's also just as important as it should.
Yes.
It's like it's kind of a double-edged sword, this movie. Certain things it's like they make sense, but then you go, maybe not. But then it's like, nah, it works anyway. You kind of double back over it every now and again. But yeah, we get him basically attacked at the dinner. He goes back to Haiti, even though he was told like not to just basically get like as far away as possible. He goes right back and gets grabbed by Le Chien.
The Tonton Macoute.
No, it's not actually the Macoute.
Oh no, he gets taken by Lucien.
Yeah, it's Lucien basically, and he basically blesses him in his church and goes, "We are in the hands of fate now." Before him and Mozart basically die at the same time via ritual sacrifice.
D'Argent grabs Voodoo's, like, blows the powder in his face and buries Bill Pullman.
Yeah, he transfers over to him. He buries him while what's her name's there?
Simone.
Yeah. No,
Kathy. Marielle?
Fucking.
Which one?
Yeah, Marielle Duchamp. Yeah, she's there like watching him get buried, and she's like no, like you can't do this to him. Like she's all like sad and everything because like he's basically just gonna become some weird zombie.
Yeah.
By the end of this,
but he gets rescued by Christoph.
Yeah,
Christoph digs him up
because he basically lives in the cemetery.
Yeah.
And he, like, I love how he tells him, though, it's like, you can scream as much as you want, no one will hear you. Meanwhile, like, Christoph's right there, just like, yeah, this isn't space.
So, at this time, by the time he gets out and makes his move, Baby Doc Duvalier is booking it out of Haiti.
Yeah.
He's been overthrown. There's a riot in the streets. There's an uprising.
Mm-hmm.
And he uses the obvious, hey, we don't have to take shit from the Tonton Macoute anymore. Let's go vandalize them.
Yeah, and he's basically making his way over there after he was drugged and dumped in the coffin with the tarantula.
He's keep not doing
company.
Well. Yeah, he's not doing great.
Yeah.
But he heads in. There are some jump scare zombies.
Yeah, and also weird flaily corpse arms, as per the usual for West.
Oh, he goes through a Resident Evil. He goes through the Resident Evil hallway.
like there's a bunch of lickers in cages.
Yeah,
slowly like waving in their hands at him.
And so he fights. He gets to D'Argent. He fights D'Argent.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool fight scene.
A jaguar shows up, but it isn't real.
It's his stand.
It's a spirit animal, yeah.
He summons his stand jaguar.
and he kills D'Argent.
Yeah.
And then
by putting him he beats his ass. Okay.
Yeah.
He beats his fucking ass wall to wall.
Then burns him.
Yeah, and then dumps him into a chair that like just straps himself like instantly to it.
Because he was gonna sacrifice Dr. Duchamp.
Yeah.
But he gets thrown in the fire instead.
Right. And then, like, the spike just, like, comes flipping around his head, and he's like, no! And he's like, oh, yeah. And then he just, like, slams it into the fucking D'Argent's dick, and he goes, like, flying off into the darkness, never to be seen again.
But then D'Argent does briefly come back all crispy.
No, that's after.
Well, he gets thrown into the fire, they think he's dead, then he comes back all crispy.
Yeah, exactly. And then he gets strapped to the chair and the spike in the dick, and then he's gone.
Yeah. And then he's gone, and it's basically the end of the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. What else, basically? Yeah, like they walk through the rioting streets while everybody's dancing around all happy and shit.
Hmm.
And, yeah, Really good film. It ends very cute.
I liked it.
It's a very well made film. It's very good. I'm glad that you did enjoy this. Because like I loved it the first time I watched this shit. I was
it's a good movie. Yeah. It's a really good film.
I think I liked it a bit more the first time I watched it. Watching it now, I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Like, I am a little older than when I saw it the first time. So it's like, I saw this maybe, I want to say maybe 7 years ago. And it's like, it held up really well before, though.
This makes 3 Wes Cravens we've looked at.
Yeah. And honestly, this is probably like my favorite, if not like second favorite of his films.
I'm still gonna have to stand by Nightmare on Elm Street as my favorite Wes Craven.
Yeah, but like this one has like actual research and like design behind it. It has like a vision.
Yeah. Well, okay, Nightmare on Elm Street did have a vision, but that was more Wes Craven's wheelhouse than this.
Yeah, exactly. That was just him basically just like having his cake and running with it pretty much. This one is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do.
Shocker was really good. Yeah, Shocker was amazing.
Yeah, Shocker was really good too. Which is why, like, I think this one's just like a lot more thought out though. It's more like historically relevant and everything. It actually has, like, it's more realistic, and I do like.
Not always what I look for in a horror film, but yeah,
for sure. But like this one's an exception for guaranteed. Guaranteed, this one's an exception.
Now, I know it's just the end of May, but because of something that's happening in August, we're actually going to be taking our 2-month hiatus, June and July.
Yeah.
So there will be no episodes for the next 2 months.
I wanna enjoy my birthday as much as I can.
And then when we come back, we're gonna have a very special double feature for you. Something that was all the rage around like 2009, I think, 2000 or 2007 or something.
Badass.
So we're gonna have some Robert Rodriguez for you, and we're gonna have some Tarantino for you. But that's in 2 months. Until then, enjoy the summer. I've been Merrick D'Amato,
and I've been, I guess, a giant blood geyser eating a bunch of glass and fucking trying to stab people. Their big stupid zombie faces. Enjoy blood geysers, guys. Have a summer where you jump through the blood geysers and
like a sprinkler or an open fire hydrant.
Yeah, go slip and slide on some carrion entrails.
How very Clive Barker.
Right?
Okay. Anyway.
Later, guys.
See you around, guys.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe.